What is going on, Coach Long's crew? Hope you're doing wonderful. Just going to share this real quick into the group, the Coach Launcher group. If you aren't in there, of course, I'm going to tell you get in there always. So let me do that. Let me share that in there because I've got a ton of training in there, and I want to make sure the folks in there will be able to see this pretty quickly. And then we're going to jam a little bit on money and how you can make a shift in your mental framing, emotional fitness, and the way that you view and value money that will make all the difference in your coaching business. Share in group. There we go. Money, 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 money. Okay. Let's go right into there and we will see it. All right. Let me know if you can hear me all right. I can hear me. That doesn't mean that you necessarily can. And then let's roll. How you view and how you value money makes all the difference in the world. All the difference in the world. And I can't overemphasize this enough. Like, I don't know how to stress the importance of this enough. When I say the word money, when I sing the lyrics, money, 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 how does it make you feel? When you hear other people talking about money, when you think about making money, when you think about charging money for your services, how do you feel? When you're on the phone with somebody, a potential client, and they ask you, well, how much is it? Do you get nervous? Do you get tight in your chest? What is your relationship with money? How do you view it and how do you value it? Because if you've grown up like so many people, if you've grown up with a distorted, twisted view of money and you have a weird relationship, a stressed relationship, an anxious relationship. Thanks, Paul. Appreciate it, brother. An anxious relationship with money, it is going to hold you back in everything you do in your coaching business. Some people see money as the root of all evil. Some people see money as dirty. Some people see money as destructive to society. I'm going to tell you how I view money. And if you want to borrow this, if you want to borrow how I view and how I value money, because you find it helpful, then by all means, don't just borrow it, take it, make it your own, and own it deep in here. One of the greatest shifts I ever made around money was how I define it, how I view it, and how I value it. And that is this. I'm going to give you my definition of money. This is what I see money as. I see each dollar as a unit of freedom. Every single dollar I have is a unit of freedom. Every single dollar I earned is a unit of freedom. Every $1,000 I make, it's 1,000 units of freedom. Every $20,000 I make is 20,000 units of freedom. And I'm explaining to you what I mean by that. I use money for freedom. If I make a certain amount of money, I know I'm going to be free to live in this house. I have freedom to live in this house with this office, with my daughters, with the room we have, with the deck out back, with the view we have, in the area of town that we live in where I know my daughters are safe. If it weren't for money, I wouldn't have that freedom. I view money as a unit of freedom. That's how I view it, units of freedom. I know that with a certain amount of units of freedom, I get to buy the car that is reliable and gets me safely where I want to go. More importantly, gets my daughters safely where I want them to go. I view money as units of freedom. I know that if I make a certain number of units of freedom with my coaching business, I don't have to work for somebody else. I don't have to do what other people tell me to do because I have enough units of freedom to buy that. I view money as units of freedom. Does that mean I'm not free without the money that I'm making? Emotionally, I'm going to be in that free place. But practically speaking, living out life, every dollar I earn is just another unit of freedom for me because I really highly value freedom. Second, does that make sense? Does that money as units of freedom, does that make sense to you? You can use it for whatever you want. The freedom to travel where you want to travel. The freedom to travel when you want to travel. Secondly, closely behind that, I view money, units of freedom, and attached to that freedom is the freedom to make the impact that I want to. The freedom to make the impact that I want to. I get to do what I want to do, to show up in how I serve in this universe. So I think the first thing you have to recognize is you have to recognize if you've got a toxic relationship with money. You have to recognize that. How do you know if you have a toxic relationship with money? If you feel weird hearing me talk about money right now, you have a toxic relationship with money, most likely. If you feel tight in your chest anytime a potential client asks you how much does it cost to work with you, you probably have a toxic relationship on some level with money. If you feel awkward and icky when you hear other people talk about money, if you never talk about money, there's a good chance you've got, if you own a business, but you don't like talking about money, you've got a toxic relationship with money. One of the ways that I think you can shift out of that toxicity and detox from it is to begin viewing money as units of freedom. Freedom to make an impact, freedom to go to Hawaii. I don't care what your freedom's for. Freedom's for you, right? For me, a large part of my freedom has to do with serving people, but a large part of some of those people are my daughters. One of those people is me. I like to serve myself. It's healthy. It's a really good form of self-care. I hope you find that helpful. Way too many people trying to launch their business, trying to get it off the ground, and they've got a really unhealthy relationship with money. Having a healthy relationship with money doesn't mean that the doors will automatically open and money will flood into your life. It doesn't. It means you'll have less blocks and more freedom to actually move towards creating more units of freedom in your own life and in your coaching business. You're all awesome. I will probably be on later today as well, jamming on a couple other things. Matt Hogan, thanks, brother. Amen. Yes, that's right. Paul Silva, this is a great one. Love it. Yeah, man, perfect. Love your new website, Paul. Got some thoughts. I might record a video and shoot it to you if you're cool with that. All right. I got a team meeting. Got to run to. Talk to you later.